And now it's time to analyze digital transformation and energy transition in the 5G era, and how it influences how this technology impacts. We have Manuel Maria Correia, General Manager DXC Technology, and Tiago Marques, Director of Digital EDP Generation.
Olá, boa tarde a todos.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here with you today. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the acceleration of digital transformation, what we've been talking about for quite a while, and we're going to talk about 5G, which is, we're in the right place to discuss this. This morning, we've already managed to see, even though the operators have been talking about this for quite a while, but the return, in terms of the return of the 5G performance, I think the best way to see this is a news case. And so that's why I have Tiago with me. He's going to talk about this. It's the first time I talked about this project. I found it very exciting. I'm going to ask you for your opinion, because the project that Tiago is going to tell us about is very exciting. And so this is the implement. And so it's the Castelbald Dam. Thank you very much for telling us a story. So why Castelbald? Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate APDC for the organisations and for its 40th anniversary, and thank you for giving me the possibility for showing you this project. It's a recent project when you think of the last 6 months. We presented in the first quarter of this year, and going straight to your question, Manuel, I think that this project has this merit and tells a story, which in terms of the energy. And we talk a lot about the energy transition. It's a very dynamic sector. And this was, it's interesting for an energy company being here in this media conference of the media sector. And so this asset is fulcral in the this scenario in Portugal. You see, starts the electrification of the country, and it started in the 50s, and it has already got 70 years of production. And it's very interesting, and we wanted to do this because during a panorama, the technological panorama with this that we've managed to have a number of technological leaps. And so for 5G, we believe in this, and I'll explain a little bit about what the project is. But in this type of assets in particular, with this technological diversity, it allows us to diversify. And so what we're doing in terms of energy transition. And so this acceleration is interesting. And so a company that had transformed greatly recently, become almost a leader in digital transformation. It is very strong, very robust. And so how does the project part of this strategy? Well, the EDP strategy is seen out of the coin has two sides. So digitalization strategy accelerates the energy and fuels the energy strategy. If the gentleman could slow down, it would make it an awful lot easier to understand him. Obviously, we have distribution networks, which is an asset which plays a fundamental role in this transformation. So the ability to manage these networks is fundamental, and technology has a great role to play here. The relationship with the client, and so the digital presence in this panorama is very important in the energy sector. And with the project that we'll be doing at Castell de Bod is to give more more intelligence to behind social panel. Solar panels, etc. And so all this the older energy is a great challenge, and we have to monitor each one of these assets. It's an expected asset, and so that is a damage. I didn't think it would be digital, but this project has this characteristic. So what are the specific objectives of the project? And so what objectives do you want to achieve? 5G in this strategy is we look at it as an opportunity to confer connectivity, resilience, with what are very remote assets that are sort of lost in territory and they're not centralized in the major urban centres where this connectivity is given. And so in the case,
essa oportunidade de conferir essa conexão.
and so this connectivity allows us to clear up things. And so there's in the project in Sailboard, we started to test the wave of 5G that was already talked about within the scope of the Congress and other industries and other sectors. And EDP is creating what we call a living laboratory that is more than just an installation with the regular objective to be used to other assets. Renewable sources, and to start to test this installation, the capacities or the promises of 5G and this total and continuous connectivity. So we wanted to create, on the one hand, an asset equipped with this infrastructure, and on the other hand, a concept of an open laboratory for the EDP group of the energy sector, where we wanted to invite the technological partners to bring to this ecosystem and support this infrastructure, this team. So you talk about the use case. What use cases? We're talking about, so how can this project develop the future installations, I believe the gentleman said. And so this project, the aim of this project is to move forward to other installations. We believe in its potential, and we think that this is an objective which has to be carried out in phases. This is the first step forward that we want to place in this interface between 5G and the energy sector. But we trust that we will be able to move on to other assets. And so what we are testing are use cases. Some are already used, some we have we simplified this as easily as possible, and above this approach. And so we are trying to bring use cases that are more advanced with things like drones, and a great appetite to bring in robotics to operation and maintenance activities, and use cases of one of drones where we have real-time streaming of the image, what is being captured by the drone, and we have production energy equipment, that is the open air part of this installation. Another use case, which is interesting, is to bring the analytical video. That is the real-time cameras, 5G cameras. We were doing things that some are simpler, some more simpler, some more complex, and to create the ability to anticipate events, relevant events that allow us to act in a very proactive manner. And so what we call the assets of the future, the YM, we are building the possibility of having robots doing some of the maintenance. And I mean, this installation doesn't have many people on site, but these people have to go do around to make sure that everything's going well, nothing serious is happening. And some of these things are mechanical and can be done by robots. And the reality of robots doing the maintenance is now a reality with a broadband and 5G. And to conclude, so we were saying that these maintenance teams, the maintenance teams of the dam, I mean, the team goes down 50 meters, they carry up an action, and then they give the feedback, and then have to go up and down quite a few times. And now the life of this person has changed a lot, and they manage to do this, and that is all. The security component connectivity allows for these workers to be contactable in any point of the facility. Well, that was we don't have much time for. We don't have any time for it anymore. So I hope that you enjoyed this case, and you can raise your hand if you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Yes, very kind to audience. A very interesting case. And so at the beginning of the conference, Linda Oliveira said that we had. We have to increase our productivity for all organizations that are involved in the digital aspects. And so I think that we're going to manage to achieve this. Thank you very much. A round of applause. Thank you.